They'll start on the ground. Hall. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Hall again on 2nd down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10. The Jets at 5-7 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Here's Hall again. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a 1st down. Hall on a give up the middle. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You look at the defense for these Texans. This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Rodgers. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans 19. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st. Back to the ground with Hall. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. They'll go again with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Here's Tank down to return it from his end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
13 yards. First down.
60 Vikings. 60 Vikings. Warriors 17. Let's go.
Throwing now is Stroud. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. So the completion good for 6 yards. It's second down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
When you talk about this Jets defense, they've been pretty solid against the pass, toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
And they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On fourth down, here's Cameron Johnston on to punt for Houston. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Hall again on second down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Hall again. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give, running right is Hall. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Running left, it's Hall. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Second and 11. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. They'll run with Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Rodgers going to try and run. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
50. Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Line for the Jets field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
2nd and 10, here's Stroud. Looking deep here from Mechie. And it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pack across midfield.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Give to Hall running right. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Texans' 31-yard line.
Hall again on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Hey, take 26.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned.
And now the rookie's free. And he's out of bounds, but not before getting across the 50 to the 45.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made, is the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Option right, here's Stroud. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Stroud now on 2nd down. And that one on the money to Claypool downfield. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 13-yard line. Here's a give running left. It's Cohen. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Stroud wants to change it up with an audible. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Touchdown, Texans! Chase Claypool with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans are back within a score. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 13-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's going to be incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Throw caught here by Bird. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Inside. 26.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Mecole Hardman, 50 yards. And the Jets are able to stretch out their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now stands at 13. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
His job was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and then get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Stroud off the play fake.
Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up as safety.
I'm going to give them a ton of credit here because they're just refusing to give that other sideline any kind of hope. That safety not only kills the drive, but adds to a big early lead. And the way that this one's going, I would expect that lead to continue to grow in the ensuing possessions.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Now he'll let it go deep right side.
Then he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20.
A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Touchdown!
Breece Hall.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Jets will extend their lead here just before halftime.
The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Again on 2nd down, it's Stroud.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Caught left side. Here's Dell.
Oh, what a juke into space. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Final play of the half, Stroud.
He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Texans 7.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw yet again here.
His throw incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Stroud on 3rd down now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Stroud now on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
One more time with Hall.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Texans 7.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Play action. Stroud now taking a shot for Dell here.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Again, it's Stroud.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
4th down, Stroud going to try to throw for it.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down.
Here goes Stroud again.
Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22.
Texans 14.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Jets have got it. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
148 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
27-yard line.
On 1st down, right back to Hall.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
On second down, a run with Hall.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today, and now they're in the hurry up.
Get 300! Get 300!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Bird. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Back north. Plant.
In motion right is Davis. They'll give to Hall.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
And brought down there by Taylor Rapp.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
And from the gun, here's Abanikanda.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now it's Rodgers.
He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Jets are able to add on to that lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass.
27-yard attempt.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And that will extend their lead even further. So this one, Charles, it's only the 3rd quarter, but they appear to be well on their way to victory.
I would say so, because a 1-score lead you don't even count, but a 2-score lead you know can evaporate in an instant. 3 scores, feeling good, but you know it's not over yet. But now they've got a 4-score cushion. I think you can feel pretty confident in the fact this is going to go your way.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. Taking a shot for Dell here.
And this one is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
2nd and 10, here's Stroud. Completion here to Claypool.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And quickly, they get to the line.
That is caught by Dell.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
1st and goal, Houston.
Stroud will look to throw once more.
Forced out to his left. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
C.J. Stroud
taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Texans are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. They'll try and run it here. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They won more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Jets have got it.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Right back to him on first down. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Lawrence Guy able to bring him down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
On third down, here's Hall.
And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a fourth down now.
On for the field goal. A 33-yard attempt.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do.
Now a hit and a loose football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
Wow, 185 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
And goal at the 4-yard line.
Here's a give to Hall.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Jets look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Texans 22.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Shaquill Griffin with a pick. Inside the 20. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On the handoff, Abanikanda. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. On the toss, Abanikanda. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And he's got it. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Play action. Here's Stroud. Able to hit his target, Claypool.
Let's go.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Hurry.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10.
Eluding the pressure right.
Claypool with another catch.
He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A loss of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And this Texans defense stands tall. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
One final shot for C.J. Stroud.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it,
nobody do it better than me, not incredibly. I do this competitively, uneditably. These falling silent when I walk up in the building. Worry about their future like I'm here to snatch their children. That line was brilliant. How I'm not already in the millions. Am I not the picture?